Hey y'all. Okay, now we're going to talk about punishment. So reinforcement was all about making a behavior more common. Now we're going to be talking about how to decrease the frequency of a behavior, and that's always going to be involving punishment. Remember, positive means add. It doesn't mean good or bad. It means we're adding something to the behavior that wasn't there before. We're adding it after the behavior occurs to try to decrease it in the future. Negative punishment means we're taking away something good that was there to try to punish the dog, the kid, the person, to try to decrease that behavior in the future. Okay, so positive punishment. You're adding something bad after a behavior to make the behavior less likely to happen in the future. So if your parents yell at you, they are adding yelling because they're trying to make you decrease or stop something, okay? What else? If I pinch you every time you do something annoying, I'm adding something bad in the attempt to decrease a behavior. Negative, that should say punishment. Hang on, let me fix it. Negative punishment. Oh, crap. Okay, now it says the right thing. Negative punishment, okay? I want you to stop doing something to decrease a behavior. I'm going to take away something good. So if you guys act up in class, I say, all right, I'm going to not let you use your notes anymore on the quizzes. So I'm taking away something good to try to stop you acting up. Okay? Parents do a lot of this, right? You are mouthing at me, so I'm going to take away your Nintendo. Okay? So you're taking something good to decrease a behavior. Let's see what else I got on the next page. All right, examples of positive punishment. I already gave you some. Your teacher yells at you for disrupting class. You're adding yelling, okay, to decrease disruption. Your parents add spanking to decrease you picking on your little brother. You mouth off to your parents, okay, so they add chores to decrease mouthing off. You fail a test, so you are given extra homework, all right? Punishment, particularly positive punishment, is problematic, and I encourage you to look at this section in the book for the test, but from the main thing, what we find is it has a lot of negative outcomes. So think about that class that you hated most in your life, and it probably was a really strict teacher that yelled all the time. The teacher may have gotten good behavior, but how much did you really learn in that class? How much did you like that topic? Okay, and so punishment creates negative feelings. It can create aggression. So parents that spank their kids actually have more aggressive children because you've modeled with observational learning that hitting is okay if you think you have a good reason. So there's all kinds of problems with punishment, but take a look at that in the book. Negative punishment. Not quite as bad as positive punishment, but the research really says you should use reinforcement rather than punishment. So for example, let's say I've got kids in a kindergarten class. If I punish them, they know what not to do, but they don't know what to do. And reinforcement teaches you what to do. Okay, so we have the tendency of teachers to focus on the bad kids and decreasing their behavior. But what we should be doing is when kids are being good and quiet and working hard is to make sure we say to them, you're doing a wonderful job. Okay, so we show them what we want from them. All right, so negative punishment. You're taking away something to punish or decrease a behavior. So you come home after curfew and your car is taken away. You do a crappy job at work, you get a demotion. And I know the word get is there, but remember demotion is taking something away. So be wary of the word get and think about what's really happening in this scenario. A kid is put in time out for acting up. Now you might have wanted to put that in positive punishment, but think about what a timeout is. What sucks about it? It sucks because of what you're not allowed to do for that period of time. So it's taken away fun things, okay? So timeout, grounding, they're both negative punishments because you're taking away things you normally like to do. You're grounded for taking money out of your mom's purse, right? So we can do a really bad job of this. So if I say, you go to your room, okay, and stay there all night because you took money from my purse, and if you have in your room your video games, your computer, your TV, your music, then you might have just reinforced them, okay? They might be happy to be there, okay? So you have to really think about taking away something that the kid values for it to be negative punishment. All right, I think that's it for now. Let me check. Yeah, let me talk about this chart. So this just shows you in one graph what we just talked about. Positive means I'm adding something after a behavior. Okay? Negative means I'm removing something after a behavior has occurred. Reinforcement is always going to increase a behavior. It's always a pleasant outcome. Punishment, always unpleasant, always decreases a behavior. Okay? So in positive reinforcement, I'm adding something good to try to increase a behavior. Negative reinforcement, again, if you see the word reinforcement, behavior is going up. Okay? I am taking away something bad in order to reward you and make you do something more often. Okay? As I said before, the behavior is taking aspirin and it takes away the headache. Okay? So this is increasing behavior. Beat that into your head. Reinforcement means increase. Positive means add. Punishment means decrease. Negative means remove. Okay, so positive punishment. I'm adding something bad to get you to decrease a behavior. Okay? And negative punishment, I'm taking away something good to get you to decrease a behavior. Okay? All right. So I sent you home with this worksheet. I'm going to show you a picture of it when I start the next video, but I don't have it in electronic form, so I'm really hoping you have it, but I'll be reading the items as well. There are 3 steps for doing that worksheet, right? And if you don't listen to me, I promise you're going to screw it up. I promise. And you're going to ignore me. A lot of you are going to ignore me and learn a valuable lesson when you get a lot of these wrong. So these are the steps I want you to do. And then I want you to try that worksheet, okay? You should have it in your stuff. And then come back to the next video and see what the answers are. So, step 1. What is the behavior that is being altered, that they are that they're trying to alter? So if we go back one, ooh, that didn't work. Why didn't it work? I don't know. Oh, I know why. Can I go back? Yeah. Sorry. If I go back to here, okay, the behavior I'm trying to alter is coming home past curfew. Okay, so that would be step 1. Okay, what's the behavior I'm trying to alter? Coming home after curfew. Underline it. Okay, am I trying to increase that? If so, you're automatically, without giving it any other thought, I promise this is the way to do it, write down reinforcement. Okay, or write down an R as your second letter. Or am I trying to decrease it? In which case it has to be punishment. Okay, so coming home after curfew, I definitely want to decrease it. So I'm going to write down on my worksheet as the second letter, we're kind of going backwards here, P for punishment. Third step, did they add something to make that happen? If they added, it has to be positive, or did they take something away? Okay, in which case it has to be negative. So in that example, you're grounded for coming home after a curfew. We just said grounding is taking something away. Okay, so negative punishment is the answer. I'll also give you another hint, which is as you're doing the worksheet, the ones you're most confused on are going to be negative reinforcement. I almost guarantee it. Okay, so when in doubt, put down negative reinforcement. Think about whether is there something being taken away to reward you. Okay, so pause for now. Go do that worksheet, and I will talk about the answers in a second.